Have you ever stood over the ball, knowing you got the swing, but feeling like your mind didn't make it to the tee? We've learned, again and again, that a great mindset is the foundation of good golf. When your head is calm and your body's light, your natural swing shows up, and the game becomes playful, creative, and beautifully challenging. Our mission is simple. Think happy, play better. We build mindset and skill together because new talent, without the right perspective, can crumble under pressure. Today we're diving into a book that shaped the way we think on every shot. Dr. Bob Rotella's Golf is Not a Game of Perfect. This isn't about rebuilding your swing from scratch. It's about choosing better thoughts, trusting what you've trained, and carrying a routine that works on the first tee and the 18th. By the end of this summary, you'll have a pocket full of clear pictures, simple resets, and on-course drills you can use tomorrow. No fluff, no magic. Just the mental habits that turn tension into tempo and doubt into decisive swings. Grab a coffee, take a breath, and let's step into this book together. Welcome to the Happy Gopher breakdown of a mindset classic. Have you ever finished a round knowing your swing was there, but your mind wasn't? You flushed it on the range, you felt good on the first tee, and then, between a scruffy chip and a nervy four-footer, your confidence slipped out the side door. I've been there more times than I can count. That's why I love Dr. Bob Rotella's Golf is Not a Game of Perfect. It's the clearest blueprint I've found for playing great without chasing perfection. And it proves that the biggest yardage gap in golf is the 6 inches between our ears. Even tour players agree that once mechanics are serviceable, thinking well is most of the margin between winning and losing. Today, I want to walk you through Rotella's message the same way I'd explain it to you in the clubhouse. Calm, practical, and hopeful. So you can take this mindset onto the course tomorrow and actually feel the difference. Golf rewards the player who accepts bad shots will happen and refuses to let them multiply. That's what Rotella means by the title. You strive to improve, but demanding perfection is the seed of tension, steering, and spirals. Tom Kite puts it to college players beautifully. The difference at elite levels is how many shots you lose concentration on. A handful per round becomes a dozen a week, and that's your whole tournament right there. For us mortals, that's the difference between a decent Saturday and a meltdown. Our job isn't to be perfect, it's to keep attention on this shot and let the last one die behind us. We'll cover choosing your thoughts, the pre-shot bubble, train it then trust it, conservative strategy with a cocky swing, short game flow, selective memory, thriving under pressure, a round-by-round game plan, and practice that actually transfers to the course. Each idea comes with drills and little challenges you can run in your next 9. Many of these echo Rotella's chapters. Train it and trust it. Let the short game flow. Conservative strategy. Cocky swing. Game plan. Thriving under pressure. Practicing to improve. And Rotella's rules. So you can map the takeaways back to the book if you want the long form. Choose your thoughts or they'll choose you. Let's start where Rotella starts in spirit. Your picture creates your swing. The brain can't make a photograph of don't go right. Instead, it will focus on going right. But it can lock on to the post behind the flag or the dark patch on the back of the cup. When you walk into a shot holding a clear positive image, your body organizes itself to match. When you walk in holding avoidance, your body organizes itself to steer. It's not mystical. It's motor learning. Intention drives motion. Before you take the club back, silently say, at that spot, and look at one tiny target. A leaf, a blemish on the green, or a sprinkler head in the distance. Then swing to it, not away from something else. Here's a drill to try on the range. Lock on to 5 mini targets, like yardage signs, or anything you can aim for. Hit 15 balls, 3 to each. For every strike where you saw the target at impact, put a tick in your notebook. For every one where your mind flashed to trouble, draw a dash. You're coaching your attention, not your mechanics. Score greater than 10 ticks equals great session. If a negative picture barges in before the shot, back off. Doubt is a 100% valid reason to restart the routine. That's not being precious. That's being professional. Train it, then trust it. Rotella's most famous law, practice is for mechanics. Play is for trust. You train the motion in a quiet environment. On the course, you trust that motion with a vivid target. Nick Price learned to pick one thought, sometimes none, and let go of elbow here, wrist there, the moment he crossed the tee markers. The results? Free swings, better scores. The underlying logic is simple. Conscious micromanagement slows your reaction time and jams flow. Your subconscious can time a swing at speed. Your conscious mind can't. Train it and trust it for a reason. Know the difference. On course, the second you're over the ball, your only job is target and tempo. If a mechanic sneaks in, step away and go again. Here's a good drill. One look, play 9 holes after you set the face and feet. You're allowed one final look at the target, then swing. No extra glances. After each hole, rate your trust 1 to 5. Aim to average 4+ by the end of the month. Next practice round. Announce to your group you're playing with one thought all day. Example, smooth. You'll feel the urge to cheat by 12. Don't. You're teaching your mind discipline. The pre-shot bubble, your portable calm. Every great player carries a pre-shot routine, a short, repeatable bubble that shuts out noise and turns decision into action. Rotella frames it as a place you step into, where nothing else exists. Choose club, see shot, feel swing, commit. The death of a good routine is indecision. The cure is back off the instant you feel it. You want a routine that's short enough to be the same under stress, and simple enough that you can't mess it up when the heart rate climbs. If you keep stretching it on the course, decide, commit, reflect. Decide on the shot you're going to play. Commit to the shot and swing freely. Reflect without judgment. Learn something and carry on. Here's another drill, 18 in a row. On a quiet range, run your full routine 18 consecutive times with different targets. If you break the bubble even once, reset to 1. Your brain needs to feel what consistency is. One word, one breath, one picture. That's it. Anything more is mental clutter. Conservative strategy, cocky swing. This might be Rotella's most liberating tactic. Pick conservative targets and make aggressive swings. He literally names a chapter, Conservative Strategy, Cocky Swing. You're not chickening out. You're choosing targets that match the shot you can own today, then hitting them with full commitment. Tour players who get cute with pins or try to be heroes end up short-sighting themselves. Amateurs do the same on every second par 4. Checklist on the tee. Ask, what shot here is 8 out of 10 for me right now? Choose that club and start line. Then make the cockiest, fully committed swing of your day. Approach, unless you're inside a gap wedge with no trouble, aim the center third of most greens. You'll roll in more putts from 20 feet than you'll stiff from short-sided bunkers. The point isn't to be timid, it's to be decisive. Here's another drill. Conservative strategy with a cocky swing scramble. Play a 2-ball scramble with a partner against par. Decision rule. Choose conservative targets and clubs. The shot you know you can execute. Center green, safe lines. Execution rule. Make a cocky swing. Decisive tempo. Full trust, no steering. Mark a wobble whenever you violate either rule, risky target or tentative swing. Lowest wobble count wins. This builds the Rotella pairing of conservative choices with an aggressive, trusting motion. Rotella is evangelical about the short game because it's where rounds are saved, pressure is felt, and creativity wins. The fastest way to ruin touch is to drag mechanics into chips and putts. Treat your wedge and putter like paintbrushes. Picture a tiny landing spot or start line. Feel the trajectory and pace, and let the stroke brush through. Rotella style. Keep it simple and trusting. Read decisively, then choose a precise landing spot for chips or a clear start line for putts. If you rehearse, make those rehearsal strokes while looking at the target to groove pace. Use the ball's line lettering to confirm aim. Step in, look at the target, look at the ball, and let it go. No lingering, no steering. If doubt creeps in, back away and rebuild the picture. After the ball's gone, hold your finish and watch the roll with curiosity. Keeping this routine intact under pressure is the essence of letting the short game flow. The landing towel drill. Lay a towel on the green. From 5 lies, tight fairway, light rough, fluffy rough, bunker, downhill fringe. Land 3 balls on the towel before you move on. Miss the target? Repeat the station. You're training height control and spot focus. Try rolling the coin for your putts. Pick a mark for your start line and roll the ball over that mark. This shifts your mind from don't push it to roll it there, which is exactly the target first focus Rotella wants. Hold that picture, keep that routine, and your short game starts feeling like art again. Calm decisions, confident strokes, stress-free tap-ins. Selective memory builds unshakable confidence. Champions are not people who never hit bad shots. They're people who refuse to store them. Rotella has players keep a highlight reel journal. 3 shots they loved from each day, written in vivid, felt language. 7 iron, hole 6, saw a high baby draw off the right side. Smooth through, ball held its line forever. Meanwhile, bad shots get a single line of learning, then you move on. The ratio matters. The brain consolidates what you rehearse. Rotella's players rehearse great swings. Here's another drill. 3 wins, 1 lesson. After your round, write 3 wins in detail and 1 lesson. Keep it short. Before your next round, reread the wins out loud. You're priming your motor system with useful pictures. Take note of the lesson to avoid for this round. On-course language. When you catch yourself saying, I always, stop and replace it with a specific. Last time here, I'm going to commit to my line. Then smile. Sounds silly, works wonders. Thriving under pressure. Pressure doesn't ask politely. It spikes heart rate, narrows vision, and invites the scoreboard into your brain. Rotella teaches players to respect pressure and shrink it. First rule, eyes off the leaderboard unless strategy demands it. Otherwise, it yanks you out of the present. Second rule, your routine stays the same. Tempo and breath don't change because the number on the card might. The book talks about players getting rattled by the board and losing their stroke. The antidote is shorter attention. This target, this swing, and longer exhale. For the rest of us, the leaderboard is our scorecard and the running math in our heads. Peeking at totals or replaying a double pulls you out of the present and away from the flow that makes good swings. Try this. Eyes off the card, log the number without comment, and return to decide, commit, reflect. 1 small target, 1 breath, 1 confident swing, then a calm exhale. If the score pops up mid-hole, shrink your focus to this spot. You'll be surprised how quickly tension fades and contact improves. Try a 4-6 breath. Inhale through the nose for a count of 4. Exhale for 6 through pursed lips. The longer exhale cues your parasympathetic system. Heart rate slides, fine motor control returns. Here's another drill. Pressure ladder for putting. Set up a 3, 4, 5, 6, 7-foot ladder. You must make 1 from each distance in order without a miss. If you miss, start over from 3. Run the ladder once a day for a week. Watch how quickly your brain learns to be quiet. Script the crunch. Write out exactly what you'll say and do when you face a nervy shot. See the line. 1 breath. Smooth swing. Hold the finish. Don't improvise when the pulse is up. Read your script. Build a game plan before you need one. Amateurs see what the course gives. Rotella's players script their rounds. Walk the course or Google Earth it. And for each hole decide. Club from tee, preferred landing zone, safe miss, no-go zone, default approach. You're not trying to guess your score. You're deciding good decisions in advance. Then, on the day, you trust the plan, unless the wind or lie tells you otherwise. A simple, written plan kills indecision and speeds up commitment, both of which Rotella prizes. Back planning exercise. Pick your home course. For 3 par 4s you often mess up. Work backwards from your favorite approach yardage. Say 125 meters. What tee shot reliably leaves that? Draw a little map in your yardage book. Now you've pre-decided the smart shot. Par 5 rule. Unless you have the carry 8 times out of 10, lay up to a number you love. Then swing cocky with the wedge. Smart target. Cocky swing. Practice to improve, not impress. Rotella separates range golf from real golf. If your practice looks nothing like your rounds, don't be surprised when it doesn't transfer. He pushes game-like practice, random targets, 1-ball reps, consequences, and pressure baked in. The goal isn't to build a pretty session. It's to train a mind that can decide and commit. Randomize. Hit driver to the left post, then 7-iron to the far flag, then a wedge shot, followed by a long iron. No do-overs. That's golf. Consequence game. Give yourself a simple stake. Miss your fairway start line by more than 10 meters, you owe 10 bodyweight squats. Miss the 6-footer on the low side? Restart the ladder. Your body will learn to breathe and commit when a little is on the line. Short game circuits. Create a 10-station up and down course with lies you actually fear. Par is 20, 10 chips plus 10 putts. Run it weekly, record your score, and log how many routines you kept clean. Your score matters less than your routine fidelity. The latter predicts the former. Note from the book's structure. Rotella closes with practicing to improve, and Rotella's rules, underscoring that the way you train dictates whether your mind helps or hurts when it counts. Fighting through fear isn't a sign you're weak, it's a sign you care. Rotella doesn't try to erase fear. He shrinks it by simplifying. When fear shows up, actions get small. One breath, one picture, one swing. Don't argue with nerves. Move your feet, breathe, and hit the next ball. Champions accept that a round is long. You can birdie the last 5. A triple on 3 doesn't get to steal hole 4. After any double or worse, walk 30 paces slower to the next tee. Look up at the trees, smile deliberately, fake it, breathe out long, and say, new shot, new story. Then run. Decide, commit, reflect for your next shot. This is more than pep talk. Literally practice the bounce-back skill. The sooner, the better. Here's another drill. 3-hole bounce-back. Pick any 3-hole stretch. Start by inventing a bogey. Add 1 stroke to your first hole. Your task is to meet par for the 3. You're rehearsing emotional recovery on command. Competitors, not critics. Rotella separates competitive energy from critical energy. Competitive energy says, let's see what I can make from here. Critical energy says, I'm such an idiot. One unlocks creativity. The other locks joints and clenches jaws. Language swap. Replace now. I always screw up my 7-iron with started at the left bunker. Talk like a caddy you'd pay. Caddy yourself. On approach shots, ask your inner caddy, what's our yardage and window? On the green, ask high side or firm straight. Make it a dialogue. It calms noise. The happy golfer overlay. Emotional performance in action. We believe happiness is your best club. If you can think happy thoughts, you can play better. Not the fake smile kind, the grounded, steady kind. The more you protect your state, the more often your natural swing shows up. That's why we wrap Rotella's ideas in simple rituals you can remember mid-round. 1 good breath after every shot. Yes, after good shots too. Cement the pace. No club throws pledge. The energy you save is energy you can use. Play happy 9. Track just 2 numbers for 9 holes. Routines kept in present moment and watch your score follow in a week. Rotella's rules, pocket version. Here's a remix for your scorecard. Play to play. Choose a small target. Ignore the trouble. 1 thought max and commit. Smart target, cocky swing. Short game is art. See the spot, brush the stroke. Back off when in doubt. Doubt is data. Remember only the good ones. Journal them. Have a plan. Trust the plan. Adjust only for wind. Practice like you play. 1 ball, new target, consequence. Golf is not a game of perfect. It's a game of attention. Drills, challenges, and how to use them this week. Look for 9 holes. Play 9 holes with this simple rule. After you step in, take 1 last look at the target and swing. No extra glances. After each hole, rate your trust 1 to 5 and note 1 cue that helped. Up and down circuit for flow. Set 10 different greenside lies, fairway roughs, bunker slopes. Chip and putt each ball using your full routine. No do-overs. Record total strokes par 20 and mark if your routine stayed clean. Pressure ladder for putts. Putt 1 ball each from 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 feet in order. Miss equals restart at 3 feet. Keep your same tempo as the distance grows. Track how many attempts it takes to finish. Target lock on the range for focus. Pick 5 tiny targets and hit 15 balls, 3 per target with your full routine. Count a lock only when you clearly held the target image through impact. Aim for 10+ locks consistently. 3 wins, 1 lesson for confidence and memory. After the round, write 3 shots you loved, include target and feel, and 1 short lesson. Before your next round, reread the wins to prime confidence. And a lesson to take note for this round coming. Game plan map for strategy. Choose 3 holes you often leak strokes on. Back plan from your favorite approach yardage and write a one-line plan per hole. Example, 3 wood at right bunker to 115 meters, wedge center. After playing, mark if you followed the plan or adjusted for wind to lie. Bounce back 3 for resilience. Start a 3-hole mini round at +1. Pretend you just bogeyed. Use your reset phrase, pick small targets, and stick to your routine. Bowl, meet or beat par over the 3. And note what you controlled well. Print these out and stick them in your pocket. This book has been amazing, and I hope this brings awareness to your game. If there's one sentence to carry from Rotella onto the first tee, it's this. You can't control outcomes, but you can control attention. Talent shows up when attention is simple, a small target, an easy breath, a committed swing. The book is crammed with stories of major winners proving this under the gun, and with reminders that the mind is the difference once mechanics are solid. We don't need to be perfect. We just need to be present, decisive, and kind to ourselves shot to shot. That's the Rotella way, and it's exactly the spirit of the happy golfer. Your next step. Pick one idea, maybe 1 look 9 or 3 wins 1 lesson, and run it this week. And let us know how you got on. If this helped you breathe easier over the ball, like, subscribe, and drop a comment with the mindset habit you're testing this week. Share your wins using #HappyGolferChallenge so we can cheer you on. We've got more book breakdowns, drills, and on-course experiments coming, because better golf starts in your head and shows up on your card. Happy golfing, legends. See you in the next Mindset.